Hi, my friends. How are you? I wanted to come on here and say hello. My name is Amanda, and I'm Tropical Empress and Spirit. I wanted to come on here and create this channel for you as a way for me to dive deep into this journey with you, talking about psychic abilities and the spirit world, whether that pertains to ghosts, angels, demons even. I'm here to dive deep and to discuss all this with you, going into my own personal experiences from my life, just starting back when I was a young child up until now into my early 40s, and what that process was like for me, and what I've learned from it, and what I hope to learn and also provide here to you to hopefully help you on your journey, wherever that takes you. If you happen to have some of my same experiences, or think you're sensitive, or aren't sure, or you may think that you have some kind of mental illness because you shared this with someone you trusted and they told you you're crazy. Well, I'm here to tell you you're not crazy, okay? I've unfortunately have experienced that myself, where I've been called, crazy. I've been called the devil. I've also been called, worse things than that. But people have said to me that I'm possessed by demons, and I'm not, okay? I'm human, and I'm a good person with a good soul. And I know that what I've experienced and the abilities and those experiences that I've come to know through those abilities is given to me by God, as I'm a Christian and I believe in God and in Jesus. But I'm also very open to all the other religions out there that believe or call, God, creator, source, whatever you want to call him by a different name. That's okay with me. I'm not here to tell you, that there's one God is better than another. And no, and I'm not going to be here to tell you that you're crazy, or that you are being, taken over by demons. Some of the experience that I've gotten from people, you know, it's been a hard, journey for me, as I started, from the young child of experiencing this, but I never shared my experiences with anyone. It took me up until my early teens before I would finally open up to, you would think, one of my parents or even a best friend, but no, it was none of them. It was actually my grandmother. And, it happened by accident in all actuality. I will tell you a little bit about what that was that day. I happened to be in the living room having a conversation with my grandmother, and as we were talking, I see a light, just shoot from across the wall from one side going all the way to the other side of the wall. And I'm just like, what the hell is that, And I said it out loud. And I didn't realize I said it until after I said it. And of course, Grams is sitting right there. So she turns around, she looks at me, she's like, what is it? And I'm like, uh, yeah, okay, Grams, yeah, I just saw like a light, shoot across from the room. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't like tell her it was nothing, or I didn't see anything, because she would know I wasn't being truthful. So I had to tell her, what I saw. And I'm glad I did, because it was her who told me that psychic abilities runs in our family, and I get my psychic abilities from her, and that there's other members of our family who also have it. And she told me that the spirit orbs I saw, or she called it, an angel, but I come to know that years later, people also call them spirit orbs. But she said, oh, that's just an angel passing through. It's okay. And I was just kind of, I didn't know what to think, and kind of at first, even though I had experienced so many of those things when I was young, and up until that point, I was still in denial myself. You can even call me a skeptic to a degree. I was not ready to accept what I was experiencing yet. And, I'm young, and, I don't, my body changes, you just never know. And, I even had that question, am I crazy? Am I going crazy here? And I had to realize that no, Amanda, you're not crazy. That you indeed are experiencing these things. And as time went on, about a year later, I would have another completely different experience that had nothing to do with seeing spirit orbs, that made me be more open to it and finally accepting it, and just finally say, Grams isn't crazy after all, And so I decided that I would, open the door to it more and allow it to come through. Whatever it was, whether, spirit orbs want to show themselves to me, which they do all the time. I see them every single day, multiple times a day. I've seen them in pretty much just about every color of the rainbow. And I've also have had encounters with actual ghosts. It's a full body apparition of a spirit show themselves to me. And and it's always been times when I'm not expecting it. It's like that moment where you could be just sitting on your bed, listening to music, writing something like in a journal, and then suddenly a spirit decides to visit you and stand at the foot of your bed, and you're just like, what? you know, and you kind of just look over there. It's like, I know what I saw. I know I just saw that. But, your logical mind wants to take over and say, no, that couldn't have happened. Or no, it's your analytical side. Then you start over analyzing everything that you just saw. And, you end up probably in a, array of confusion, which, I did find myself in at times, because I still was fighting it to a point that I wasn't willing to, jump head first. Is best way I can say it. I didn't want to jump head first. I needed to kind of, walk through this slowly, like start with a baby crawl and then walk and then now run into it, to where I can become more comfortable with myself and what my gifts are. And through that process, by taking it slow, it allowed me to be able to take all my abilities into account and know the difference when one would happen or something else would happen, and to be able to take a hard look at it and kind of get grounded in that, those different abilities, to know, how to go forward. And so when another ability would surface, which ended up happening to me, because I never expected that I would have, be psychic. I never wanted to be psychic, let alone to be one of those psychics who has more than one ability. I think at last count, I had like 8 or 9 different abilities. And so I had to walk through this slowly to get comfortable, to be accepting of it. And I think, my loved ones in heaven and my angels and God also knew this. That's why they kind of gradually pulled me in. And it just, yeah, it's, like a year or two, every year or two, I would notice something new would happen, a new experience that I would never have had before, or my abilities would strengthen and they would evolve into something I had not experienced before. So I had to walk through it slowly to get a grasp of it all and see what it is that exactly that I want to do with this, and where do I want to go. Do I, is this just something that I'm just gonna, okay, when it happens, I acknowledge it and move on with my life and do something else? Or is this something that I'm meant to do, that, God wants me to do, to help provide, some kind of comfort, assistance, support, healing, guidance to others out there like me who have gone through the same experiences I have. So this is why I created this channel, in the hope that there is something I say that resonates with you, or that helps you on your path in this life, whatever that is. Whatever you take from it, if it helps you, great, then I've, done my job here. So I will be, uploading videos as often as I possibly can, sharing my past experiences from a child all the way up into the present. Hopefully I'll be able to at least create 1 video a week, maybe more. It's just hard to say right now with schedules, and right now I'm in the process of moving. I just closed on my new house a little over a week ago, and I got to hire movers to get that ball rolling, to get all my stuff moved into my new house, because right now it's all sitting in storage. So, and I also just had rotator cuff repair surgery back in February, and I'm still going through physical therapy, trying to gain most of my range of motion back. And unfortunately now, though I've gained most of my range of motion back, I'm now having a nerve pain to where I'm getting pain that goes into the joint of my shoulder, and it runs down my arm and goes all the way into my hand. So now my surgeon is concerned and wants me to get a test done to check the nerve and go from there, in hopes that I don't need another surgery where he's going to have to go in and cut a ligament, is what he's thinking. So depending on how things work out over the course of the next month or two, I'm hoping that I can, be here to at least upload a video or two to, tell you something, and that it helps you, or maybe you can, watch those videos and say, yes, I know what Amanda's talking about. That's what I experienced. That's exactly what I've experienced. Thank you. That kind of thing. That's all I want to do, is be able to help you heal, whatever that is. I hope that this video helps you. I hope it finds you doing well. And I hope that you have many blessings, and there is much love and much in this life to be grateful for, and a lot of happiness comes your way. So I hope I will be seeing you next time in my next video. If you like my content, please consider liking and subscribing to my page. See you next time. Bye.